We got the exclusive Stacy. We gotta show some love, cause your boy got the plug shown up. We got the exclusive Stacy. We the people, we won't settle. Ain't nobody do this better. We got the exclusive with Stacy, Roberson tonight. I know that's right.
All right, welcome back to the exclusive. I'm your host, Stacy Roberson, your host with the most exclusive and one of Atlanta's greatest ideas, and I have my boy in the house, DJ Crizis. Where you at, my brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
I'm good. So here we have in the studio, you guys, our first special guest. His name is tonyterry. You all know him for sure. Tonyterry is an American soul, new jack swing singer who has several top R&B hits in the late 1980s as well as the early 1990s. In 1987, he signed a recording contract with Epic CBS Records. Tony's first single, She's Fly, was released the same year and peaked at number 10 on the Billboard R&B single charts. Forever Yours, Terry's debut album for Epic, was released in 1988 and reached the top 40 of Billboard's R&B album charts. The follow-up single, Lovey Dovey, reached number 4 on the R&B charts, and Forever Yours climbed into the R&B top 20. Terry's self-entitled second album, released in the 1990s, included the single we all know, When I'm With You, his biggest hit, which reached the top 20 of the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, as well as the top 10 on the R&B chart. Everlasting Love, my personal favorite, all right, was a number 6 R&B hit. After leaving Epic, Terry moved to Virgin Records. His debut album for that label was 1994, Heart of a Man. The single When a Man's Cries reached Billboard's R&B Top 40. Terry has performed on the soundtracks to Gladiator, starring Cuba Gooding Jr., Tap, featuring Gregory Hines, and King's Ransom starring Anthony Anderson. In 1991, Terry earned 2 Soul Train Music Award nominations, Single of the Year and Artist of the Year for With You. Tonyterry, where are you at?
Ooh, man, that intro made me go to sleep, man.
But it was so necessary, because I got to let my people know.
Thank you, bro.
We got a whole young generation out there who know your music, who may not necessarily definitely know the past. So I want to make sure we
their
give
parents
them.
know. Their parents know.
Hey, you know what? Hey, we got a couple of parents in the house as well, so I'm sure. Hey, yeah, definitely. But you know, before I get started with this question, I have to tell you this. First of all, I want to say thank you. All right, I'm having a serious moment right now, but I want to say thank you. I'm saying thank you because you changed my life and you have saved my life. All right.
How did I do that?
I'm gonna tell you how. Because see, I was in the 7th grade when Everlasting Love came out.
Okay.
So I thought I was Tonyterry. I'm telling you. And all the talent shows, that was me.
You were saying, did you win?
I won one of them.
Okay, that's
all right.
what's up.
You know what I'm saying? But that was me, though. You know, I really, I understood that song.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was so inspirational.
Well, the gentleman that wrote it, that I co-wrote it with, Bobby Reese, he always told me, he said, this song is anointed.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's going to bless some people. And honestly, it wasn't my favorite, and it wasn't even a song that I wanted to be a single. I in fact, did not want it to be the single at the time. But the label insisted, and Bobby was like, it's gonna work, and it did. It worked in a big way.
You know what? Shout out to your label, because if they didn't hear nothing from God, they heard that. All right, but no, I'm grateful, and I definitely want to tell you thank you.
Thank
all
you,
right?
man.
Yes,
Thank you for
yes.
that.
So we just gonna
Appreciate
jump
that.
right in, because that's how we do it here.
Okay,
So
let's get it.
Tonyterry, you're one of the most recognizable vocalists in R&B history.
Am I?
Yes. So what planet are you from, and how did you get to Earth? That's first question. We gonna start out like that.
Several people would ask what planet I'm from.
On a serious note, where are you from, and how did you get into the music industry?
Well, I'm born in North Carolina in a small country town, and grew up in church. Like I won't say most R&B singers, especially not of R&B singers of today, but R&B singers of my era.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us grew up in church, and for me, I was always singing in choirs and doing events. So the next thing that would come along for me to do, that would be like the next career move, just seemed like the next natural thing that would happen.
Okay.
I never had to figure out what I was going to do with my life, because it just seemed to the next thing just showed up for me to do.
Exactly.
So.
All right, okay. So, did you always know that you would be in the music business? And at what point did you realize that you were now Tony Terry, the star?
The star. I don't consider myself a star.
Okay.
One of my friends in the music business, Pastor Shirley Caesar.
Yeah.
She said, spell that word backwards. Rats.
Wow.
She said, don't call me that. I think I have to say the same thing.
Okay.
I like to work. I love what I do. I love my craft. I love the fact that it allows me to take care of my family. I get to travel, make money. I get to have people that I care about around me when I'm doing that. That's success.
So
it's not about being a star. Although putting in years, as I have over 30 years in this game, there are certain things that I expect, to happen, or situations to go a particular way. But that's just because I'm set in my ways and I want stuff the way I want it.
No, I got it. But do answer this though. At what point did you know that life, like you had got somewhere? Like this is like you, yeah. At what point did you know that life?
Listen. No, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Okay, I'm 55 now.
Okay.
When I was 20, and the crazy stuff, and we were out there, and my clothes was getting ripped off while that was kind of bananas. But I think the most important stuff was like, the experiences that I've had, some of the places that I've been able to go to, some of the people that I've been able to perform for. Like I traveled the world with Roberta Flack, who you may or may not know, but she's made a whole bunch of iconic records. And with her, I was able to do, we performed for kings around the world, and command performances, and they would fly us in on their personal private 747 jets, and just unreal stuff that the average layperson wouldn't get to experience. Because of music and what I do, that I've been allowed those kinds of experiences, and those things I cherish.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So fast forward, With You is one of the biggest songs in the day. It's been said that R&B superstar Anita Baker played a role in the success of this record.
Yeah.
Is this true? And please give us the details.
I wouldn't say the success of the record as I would as much the video. Okay, so the story was that I'm walking into the office one day and the phone was ringing and no one was there. The secretary wasn't there, and I answered the phone. It was Anita Baker. She was looking for me, but I had not met Anita Baker before, so I didn't really believe that was her. But she started talking to me about the song With You. She had heard it. She loved it and asked me why there wasn't a video for it. But the label at the time didn't think the song was strong enough or deserving of a video. And she basically sent me like 50 stacks to shoot the video.
Wow.
Wasn't expecting it to happen, but it did happen. She sent the money, and she linked me up with Blair Underwood, who we know and love.
Yeah.
He directed it. It was his directorial debut.
Oh, wow.
So if you've ever seen the video for With You, it's thanks to Anita Baker that happened. I call her my guardian angel.
Shout out to
Anita Baker.
There you go. Now, Anita Baker, if you just want to drop 50 racks to your boy Stacy.
I love Anita Baker.
Oh, yeah, man.
She on tour right now, man. I'm not even on none of those gigs.
Oh, wow.
Yo, what's up, Miss Baker? Listen, holla at your boy.
There you go. There you go.
Baby. Yeah.
Look, we got to get him on them shows.
Come on,
Miss
man.
Baker. Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
fortunately, I'm working, but I'm gonna do some Anita Baker joints.
There you go. All right.
Hey,
so,
wait.
Go ahead.
It is hot as Hades in here. Can we get something going on? A fan? Can somebody blow a fan? Can I get a funeral fan or something?
You're not commercial break. I got you. In fact, in a matter of a minute and a half, we're going to see what we're going to make happen, all right? Gotcha.
It's hot. Okay.
No, you good. So, all right. So you're definitely an R&B legend. What can you share with the new artists today that can help them with their longevity that you've had? Let's say that.
Well, the business is completely different now than it was when I started. But I think that it would do any person a great service to understand the business that they're getting in. It's music business. It's not just music. So, if I could give somebody some advice, it would mean to get some business education. because you want to know what's going on. Back in the day, how many times have we heard the stories of some of the most successful artists traveling, selling hundreds of millions of records, and they are broke?
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, they're signing papers and they don't even know what it is. Accountants, people taking. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. You owe it to yourself to get the information. You can run your business. Oprah Winfrey says, sign your own checks.
There you go. So if you are listening out there and you are desiring to be an R&B singer or artist in general, please make sure you listen to that. All right, that's going to help you definitely in your career. So what we're going to do is take a quick break. DJ Crizis, I want you to take us out again. This is the exclusive with Stacy Roberson, and you're listening to this on WSTU Radio. All right, radio listeners, welcome back to the exclusive with Stacy Roberson, and you are listening to this live on WSTU Radio. And I'm in the studio with my co-host. You know him as DJ Crizis. How you doing, my brother?
Yes, sir. We doing great in here.
All right, so we're in the studio with Tonyterry, all right, and somebody said it's hot in here.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah. So no, but Mr. Terry, if you all just tuning in, he definitely gave us a great first half, and we're gonna definitely take it in on this last half. But let's start out. Okay, so you are a husband, you are a father,
and grandfather.
and a grandfather. Oh wow! So my question was, how old are your children, and how important is education in your household?
I have a 12-year-old son.
Okay.
Who is my heart. My daughter, she's 30. She's also my heart.
All right.
My grandson is 1.5. And my wife, well, I say we homeschool, but my wife really does the work.
Okay.
I offer zero help. But we just got Dyson's report card today. He's doing extremely well. He's doing so well, in fact, that I had no problem going to buy him the Galaxy S10 Plus today.
That's what you do.
How
You know
about
what
that?
I'm saying? When they take
And
care
I told
of
him,
business.
it's because you're doing so
That's
well.
right.
You got straight A's.
That's right.
I can't,
So, question: Dyson, do he sing?
he can. I don't think he wants to.
Okay. So, what he desires, or what he would like to do?
Play Fortnite.
Do what's that?
Play Fortnite.
Oh.
If he could do that for career, or the other video games too. He likes to play Beyblades as well, but Fortnite.
He's a heck of an athlete.
And he is absolutely a heck of an athlete.
Okay. What sports do you like?
Basketball, football.
Okay. Cool.
He
Look.
made the All-Star team this year.
Cool. Look. Tell him to keep it going. Look. We might have a scholarship waiting on you, right?
He might want it too. I know I want it more. You feel me?
All right, see, you heard that, right? So we got to make some things happen for Dyson, all right? Definitely. Well, cool. All right, so your wife, I did read somewhere where you spoke about your wife being diagnosed, and I'm going to say that. Now,
You're gonna get it out.
I'm going
Okay,
to
come on.
your
Slowly,
wife
say it phonetically. Say it phonetically now.
Your wife was diagnosed with fibromyalgia.
That's it.
Somebody gonna give me a high
Come
five
on,
up in
come on,
this
that's
bad
it,
boy.
that's it,
All
that's
right.
it.
So,
Go ahead.
what exactly is it, and how has it shaped your life?
I have no idea what it is.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I need you to know.
No, fibromyalgia really comes down to it's a muscle and nerve condition, hypersensitivity, ultimately in layman's terms. So she has when she's having an attack, her whole body becomes achy and sensitive. Even her eyelashes, her eyebrow, everything hurts. It's a common condition, for years it was known as a psychological condition because there are no visible symptoms. The person who lives with fibromyalgia looks absolutely normal, but yet they're completely in pain, literally 24 hours a day, and that can be depressing because you go to the doctor, they can't find anything, but yet you can't move, you can't function. It was commonly known as a middle-aged white woman's disease or condition, but then kids get it.
Wow.
Men get it. White, black, fat, old, young, brown.
Yeah.
No one is immune to fibromyalgia. A lot of us, because we don't go get checked out, we're living with chronic conditions, and we just kind of get used to feeling that way and don't really deal with it.
Right.
And even simple things with our lifestyle that affect how we, kids have youth, but Our health has a lot to do with what we do cumulatively. In other words, let's say you like sugar, you like sweet things, you have a sweet tooth. We just call it a sweet tooth. But really, sugar is the enemy. Sugar is the reason that most of us have hypertension and get fat, and it's making us old and have clogged arteries, but we think it's the grease in the hamburger. But it's the sugar in the tea.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And most of us don't, drink enough water. And most of us don't talk about it either. And again, we have health issues, and we just kind of start living with things that happen, and it become normal for us. So then we just accept it and move on.
Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate you sharing this moment, because again, on this show we do focus on not only entertainment, but we do focus on politics as well as education. And so due to the lack of knowledge, and not even having the understanding about what you just shared with us, that alone helps our help our community to be aware of what's happening.
Absolutely.
And how we
like
should
this
be
right here, this looks so good. I want something real bad. So Yo J's, what's that? Yo Face, Yo J's.
I look.
The frozen yogurt. I can't have that. Too much sugar in that, man. Stop playing, man.
Sugar is the devil, right?
Sugar is the devil.
It's the DEV.
There's no truth in him.
There's no truth, all right? This is how we're doing it on the show today, all right? All right, so I do have a quick question that I do want to jump into, because I do want to talk about a little politics with you, all right?
God.
No, I'm going to keep it very basic, all right?
Okay.
103, but the question is, what are your hopes in this upcoming election? What is, just in your own words, what do you hope?
That the best person is elected for the job.
And that's it. Literally, right? And in that order. So, let me ask you this. What impact do you think President Obama has made in this country?
No, I mean, okay. On a lot of levels.
Yes.
Now, I mean, because that's a loaded question. But let's see. But in terms of us as a race, making strides in our country, that an African American made it to the office of president. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Did he make some mistakes? Yes. Was he great for us? Yes. Was he great for our moral enthusiasm for our country? Yes. Was he the best thing to happen to the country? I don't know.
Right.
But it was wonderful to see. I was glad that I was able to see that in my lifetime. I was glad that my grandmother, who passed away earlier this year at 100 years old, was able to be the daughter of a sharecropper, a slave, a midwife, and to see a black man become president before she passed away.
Wow. And that's a blessing. That's a blessing. Wow. So, let me ask you this. In 2019, it's 2019, so we're going to talk new music. And we're going to talk about Tony Terry live tour.
Okay.
All right? So, let's go. Let's go for it.
Well, new music. I mean, I'm constantly working on music. In fact, I'm probably going to stop by the studio tonight.
Okay.
Work on some stuff I've been working on with various producers. I think that, clearly the sound of music has changed. So I can't make a record that sounds like When I'm With You today and think it's going to catch on. But I sing the way that I sing. And I think it's important to keep myself surrounded with, people who are trying to make a mark, and can, like if I allow myself to be in the studio with another producer, it's because I want something from them that I'm not getting. So for me to go in and be like, I'm not going to listen to anything that you say, doesn't really make sense for me to have that person there. So I go in and kind of like, and sometimes it's hard to let go, but if I put myself in the situation, it's because I want something from that person, so I allow them to produce me. And I think that's important, to remain pliable. We get older and we get set in our ways and we get rigid and we start thinking, and even with how we're treated in the business, it's completely different. We don't get $500,000, $1 million recording budgets like we did in 1988 when I started. You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen, because you don't need $1 million to produce a record anymore. So everything changes with, how we do it and what the expectation is, and we got to be creative, and we have to allow ourselves to be available for different ways of thinking. Yeah, I think I try to be like that. my manager over here, my boys over here, they be like, you hard headed, man. You don't want to listen to nobody, man. You're gonna learn, man. But the reality is, I do think it's important to keep people around you that challenge the way you think and not just are in agreement with what you think, but healthy opposition sometimes can really make a successful situation. You know what I'm talking about?
There we go. Tony Terry live. Let's talk that.
Some dates, right? So, I got some dates, you feel me?
Hey, we here for them, all right?
Listen, I'm on social media, Tony Terry, at Mr. Tony Terry _ on IG and on Facebook, Tony Terry. I lost my check mark, but I'm gonna get that back. I changed my email address on there. They took my check mark off, man.
Wow.
Everybody tell me nothing, man.
We're gonna get it back.
But April I'll be in DC at the City Winery, and here coming up in May 10th and 11th, I'm gonna be at St. James Live with the legendary Denise Williams, which I can't wait. I sang Denise Williams' song in junior high school talents, talent show with the girl that lived across the street from me. And we won the talent show, so now it's like 40, I don't want to, I feel old, but it really is that long ago. I was in 7th grade, that was 1979.
It's something about 7th grade, right? Because I was 7th grade.
1978, actually. So it's like 30, 40 years, 40. Y'all wasn't even born. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all wasn't even born yet, man. But again, for it to have been that long, and to get the opportunity to sing with her, dope. Yeah, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. But just hit me up on social media, man. Your boy working, man. Look at that. You know what I'm talking about?
I see it. I
I'm
posted
Kelly
it
Price
today.
booked
I posted
every
it
weekend.
today. So make sure you definitely support Tony Terry on this tour.
Man.
Make sure you come out.
Follow me on IG. I'll follow you back, Mr. Tony Terry _.
Well, awesome. Well, first and foremost, again, we thank you for being here with us today. But before you go, we just need one line, if you don't mind.
Of what?
Of when I'm with you. Just one line.
Absolutely. You got your wallet with you.
I tried, y'all. I tried. Good work.
All right, wait. When I'm with you, I hear a song that makes me laugh and smile and sing to you. When I'm with you, I feel so free. I feel that love is gonna take control of me. When I'm with you, it's for real. It's for real. What I feel when I'm with you.
Hey, that's it. You heard it here. You got the exclusive with Tony Terry, the boy Stacy Roberson on background. That's how we doing it. All right, so Crizis, go ahead and take us out, and we'll see you in this quick break. All right, welcome back to the exclusive. I'm your host, Stacy Roberson, with the most exclusive, as well as one of Atlanta's greatest ideas. So as you all know, we just had Tony Terry on the show, and definitely it was an amazing segment. We're now going to segue into our second half, and we have none other than the R&B legendary queen herself, Karyn White. Karyn White, how are you doing?
Hey, Stacy Roberson. I am so happy to be here. Congratulations on the show. And I'm proud of you.
All right, thank you so much. So I'm going to start out my show by definitely giving a quick bio about you real quick, because I want to make sure this young generation, make sure that they know who you are for sure. So Karyn White is an American R&B singer who was popular during the late 1980s and early 1990s. White's self-titled debut album, Karyn White, was released in 1988. It was produced by L.A. Reid and Babyface and achieved platinum status in the U.S. The album contained the hot 100 hit singles, The Way You Love Me, Secret Rendezvous, and of course, Superwoman, as we all know, and as well as the #1 R&B hit, Love Saw It, a duet with Babyface. White was nominated for Best R&B Urban Contemporary New Artist category for the 1989 Soul Train Music Awards. She also received nominations for 2 Grammy Awards. She became the first female artist to have the first 3 solo releases with their debut album hit #1 on the R&B charts. Her follow-up album was Ritual of Love in 1991. It had songs produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and featured the hit single Romantic, which hit #1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. Other singles from the album include The Way I Feel About You, which was a U.S. #12, and Walking the Dog, and Do Unto Me. White left Warner Brothers Records in 1999. So again, Miss White, welcome to the show. And we also have on the show with us Derek Muhammad, who's also served in management for Karyn White. And so you both are going to do this interview together. So how y'all doing?
We are good. We're fantastic.
All right.
It's really cool hearing these stories. I want to say shout out because I know they're doing what is this, the show on BET now called American Soul?
So yes. Yes.
Not Millions actually was the first person who discovered me. I used to dance on Soul Train for a little bit, and then I also, this is stuff that's somewhat not out there, but I sang with a recording artist by the name of O'Brien.
Yes.
He managed, and so at 17, I just graduated from high school, got into Millions, gave me my first shot. We went on the road, we opened up for Cameo, and I just wanted to say that because that wasn't on there initially.
Okay, awesome. Well, we appreciate that background. Now, also, real quick, also in this segment, my co-host is DJ Crizis, so he's also going to do, he's going to interview as well. So we both going to tag team during this particular segment. All right. DJ. Yeah, DJ Crizis. He's the DJ, and yeah. He a problem. Yeah. Yes. Now, real quick, let me do a little house cleaning real quick. I did just get a text message, Crizis. The background music is too loud, can hardly hear Karyn. So make sure we turn that background down a little bit and make sure that everybody can hear and enjoy. All right? So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Where are you from, Karyn? And did you always want to be a singer?
Wow, I am so blessed to be from beautiful Los Angeles, California, the land of dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I always wanted to be a singer, dancer, producer, agent. Actually, I probably started out being an agent because I would put together bands and for high school or elementary shows, or, performing at the PTA meetings. So I would always put together groups and bands, and I always knew that I wanted to sing. Started doing pageants and sang in church, and so the way that a black young girl could get started at hood.
Okay, all right.
Okay, how did you get your first major deal with Warner Brothers?
Warner Brothers. Let me tell you guys, this was Jeff Wilbur. I don't know if you guys heard of him. He's a jazz fusion artist, and he's actually responsible for starting my career as well as G, Dave Cos. So actually, I auditioned for him for an album that he was doing on Warner Brothers, and sort of like what Patty Austin and James Ingram did for Quincy Jones. Jeff Wilbur was trying to go more R&B, more pop. And I didn't really consider myself a jazz singer, so I was intimidated to even go to the audition, but I went, and they loved my voice, and I sang the song with Jeff, and they said if it did like top 20 or something like that, I would be able to possibly get my recording contract from that. So I think it went 13 on the Billboard charts, but even more so than that, it was just, the response that I got was just great. I did the video, and if you see it, you have to Google this, called The Facts of Love. Okay. And I was just so free at 18, just that raw, Karyn White, I love it, because when I look back at it, I'm like, wow, it was fun at that time, because I didn't have anybody telling me anything about, how to be, what not to be. So that's how I started, and I was actually signed by Medina, the icon in Medina.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because they know him for, he managed manages J-Lo now, so
Right.
he managed all the greats, and so he was my A&R person and president of Warner Brothers at the time of Black Music.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah.
for all the listeners, before there was Beyonce and Jay-Z, I want y'all to know that there was Karyn White and Terry Lewis.
Yes.
So, real quick, how did you, just tell us how did y'all meet?
Okay, first of all, who didn't want to be Janet Jackson, right? You know, he came out before me, and you know, of course, everybody was influenced by that music, that sound. Jimmy and Terry had gave her control was ridiculous. Rhythm Nation, and so I remember meeting Terry at a party, a Rhythm Nation party, and we actually did a duet. He just produced a duet for someone, my name was Michael Jeffries, and I sang the duet with him, and Terry and I became friends, and you know, Minnesota, you know, I was just you know, go to Minnesota, and Terry was more like if anybody has met Terry Lewis, you'll know, like Usher and people like that. Kind of like a very father figure, so he's very much into, like, you know, making sure that artists are, you know, getting their royalties and that are spiritually grounded and all that. So we became really good friends, and they really had us back. I moved to Minnesota after my album had been released, and I wound up never coming back to Los Angeles. And, but I really, Terry, when I was with Terry, he's such. Jim and Jimmy and Terry, they're such business-minded, and, you know, where they own their masters, and just, so I really take on the personality of the man that I'm with. So I remember Warner Brothers saying to me, like, you know, you're more, you know, we need you to be more sexual, not sexual, but more sensual, like sex, what is it called, sex symbol like you used to be, because I started to take on more of the business feel, you know, and so I remember getting slack from Warner Brothers, and that's when I talk about, you know, not knowing where you fit in. And today, I just think, like, wow, if I could have really did that over, to me, that's the best thing to be, because you're a boss, you know, like,
Right.
I think Beyonce is doing that with Jay, you know, she's
Right.
on his persona, and it's in a good way, and I don't know why I let them make me think that it was bad to be
Right.
a sex symbol. So, even though I feel like I'm always in a sex symbol.
There you go. You have, look.
You don't
Look.
have to try for that. Either you are or you're not. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean?
That's right. That's right. So, all right. So we're gonna go fast forward, and I am, because I do realize, hands, like, as soon as you start talking, it's time to wrap up. But I am going to get straight to some of the other things that we do need to talk about or whatever. Now, I want to talk about real quick. 2017, you exclusively produced and starred in your own movie entitled Gale The Storm. Can you tell us about the film and how it came about?
Wow, Gale The Storm. First of all, I started acting. I was on a TV show on BET called Beauty and the Baller. I had a small role. I got the bug, got back into the industry after being away for 18 years, and so I decided to just take, you know, I'm an entrepreneur, and when I was away, I was rehabbing homes, flipping homes, and being a real estate investor. So I met up with Derek Muhammad, my partner. We were auditioning. We were like, we're going to do our own thing. And so we're going to loosely-based the story on my life, as well as my manager at the time, Jay King of Chattanooga. So we got these Morehouse students, these two students from Morehouse, and we vetted them. You know, we had a low budget. We felt like we could do it. You know, and Derek is like really responsible for that, because I was with Warner Brothers, and my video cost $150,000, $300,000. So this movie was only $20,000 plus. So for me to think that he could pull this off, I was like, you better not ruin my legacy, because I'm used to doing things on a high level. And but of course, I had to go for it, and it was one of those things that who wouldn't want to write and produce and you know, be in the star of the movie. So we did it, and it's been getting, you know, it's been slow because we're releasing it on our own platform, and so we've been able to get a distribution deal, and the soundtrack is great, and it's loosely based on my life, and I think you guys will like it. So you should go check it out. It's at Amazon Prime, GaleTheStorm.com. It's about a legendary funk singer who walks away from the business at the height of her career, and she looks a real revolutionary music producer who tries to get her back into the game. So,
And I will tell you that I did get a chance to see the movie, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it to the point that I did speak with the director of student development here at Clarkatlanta University about the possibility of doing a movie screening of the actual movie, because I just thought it was well thought out. It was amazing. And I do want to let all the listeners know that Karyn White also earned the 2017 UB Honors nomination for Gale The Storm soundtrack in the Best Independent R&B Album Release category. The music was absolutely phenomenal.
Woohoo! Thank you. I heard you liked it. I
Yeah.
heard you like, you're blind and walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad you did, because I was so inspired by one of my favorite artists, Childish Gambino.
Yes.
I love when I heard his album Awaken My Love, with Stay Woke and all the other funk songs, Redbone, that was not Redbone. But I was just so inspired by him. So I thought, I'm going to make it funky, and I hope that the millennials will understand. And so I'm glad to hear that you do get where I was going.
Yes.
And you do so.
Definitely. I want the students to be able to see that here in the AUC, in the Atlanta University Center. So I just think that's how awesome the movie was. So I know, DJ Christ, you got a question.
Yeah, speaking on the AUC students, we recently spoke with your management about a Karyn White music scholarship that will be awarded to a Clarkatlanta University student. Why is this so important to you?
Oh my God. Well, first of all, it's very important to education, and I believe in helping others. I think we should do that more as entertainers, but to be able to say that I was responsible in helping someone, like, with a scholarship to go after their dreams and seeing whatever it is that they're wanting to achieve, that's being a real superwoman. So I'm excited about doing this. We're having it be the annual first award, so we got to look this up. I think I'm just excited about being, every part of it.
Awesome. And I definitely look forward. And we're going to talk more about that for sure. Now, I do want to say, because we are going to have to wrap up. It's like, as soon as we get into something good, it's time to get out of something. But I do have a question, something that was important to me, that, because when I say I love you and I love your work, Soul Train tribute to Babyface. The audience sat in complete shock as Fantasia sung your hit, Superwoman. And we love Fantasia on the show, so nothing against Fantasia. No, definitely all props to Fantasia, all right? But I would say for me, I was deeply hurt because it was not giving you did not get the opportunity to do the tribute. Can you just tell us real quick why? What happened? Why really have you?
Wow, I was so hurt by this, and what I found out was that whoever made this call, she was fired because she thought that people would rather have a more relevant person, Fantasia, as opposed to me do it, and it backfired because the backlash was strong.
Yeah.
Although, like you said, we killed it, we love Fantasia, but this is the problem. We need to honor our legends, and that's what we don't do.
That's right.
I think it was just a slap in the face, and she went with what she thought would be popular, and so it showed that people, when you touch people's lives, especially with a song, anthem, and that was our anthem.
That's right.
Women. So,
That's right.
And they deserve, and that's what I really felt hurt, because I was like, wow, they deserve, to see me.
That's
on
right.
Stage,
That's right.
So, because Fantasia could, if she did the Whitney Houston, that would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
And but I made it. I definitely made it a point to get on social media at Eric's advice, because I wasn't going to. Normally I would have just let it pass, but I'm glad I did, because, like I said, she wound up, the person who made that call wound up being fired for making that call. So
yeah.
I hope she won't do that. She won't do that to any other audience.
Right. Exactly. Well, I will tell you this. You are definitely friends of the show. We love you here on the show, and I know everyone that's listening can appreciate getting the opportunity to hear your voice at this time. CAU, I do want to call you out. You know, that's my alma mater. If we could ever do an R&B concert, throwback concert, we want to have Karyn White here at CAU for sure. So I'm just going to throw that out there and see who grabs it. And hopefully that's something that can happen in the future, all right? But no, thank you so much for your time. Derek, thank you so much for helping to make this interview possible. I am honored, and we definitely got a lot of work to do. And like I said, I can definitely be a great support to you all. I'm going to continue to do that. And again, I thank you all for being a part of this show.
Thank you, and I wanted to tell you millennials, you college students out there that are grinding, that to keep growing, keep stretching, keep reaching, because the only limitations that you have are the ones that you set. So let's get a job.
All right, you heard it here. So again, this is the exclusive with your host Stacy Roberson, your co-host DJ Crizis, and we're gonna be back in a few minutes. And that was Karyn White. All right, welcome back to Exclusive on WSTU Radio. I'm your host, Stacy Roberson, your host with the most exclusive. I hope that you all definitely have enjoyed the show. Some quick announcement. If you want to be a part of the exclusive in the studio audience, please email partycrew.exclusive@gmail.com. Cause you do not want to miss next week's show. We are doing a special men and R&B show. We will have with us none other than singer-songwriter Darren Jones of the R&B group 112. He will be calling in, and we'll also have singer Dave Tolliver from the legendary R&B group Men at Large live in the studio. So the meet and greet with Dave Tolliver will be following the show from 7 to 7:30. So request your free meet and greet tickets now by emailing partycrew.exclusive@gmail.com. For those who are seeking financial aid to help fund your college education, make sure you apply now if you have not to FAFSA, FASFL. Do not miss the deadline. Go online, Google FAFSA to get started. My Safe Word is hosting an event called Shoot Your Shot competition on April the 16th, in which they will be giving away $500 grand prize. My Safe Word is a 5013c3 nonprofit organization initiative that spreads the awareness about sexual assault and end rape culture on college campuses. For more info, please contact Tiara Smith, Secretary. Phone number is 9270-5337. You can donate via Cash App at My Safe World. Keep in mind, the Gospel Music Lovers at the 34th Stellar Awards will be held in Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, March the 29th at 6 p.m. Go get your tickets on Ticketmaster.com. For more exclusive, make sure you subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching The Exclusive with Stacy Roberson. These are your announcements. Hope that you all enjoy yourself. We'll see you next Monday.
We got the exclusive.